I gotta wait? How long I gotta wait for a press record?
Go.
Welcome to the shed, where Miss Dream always has a story.
It's Dream, and we got a season 2. Your Black Bostonian here, a product of a single mother who I work to make proud every single day. I'm a 3-degree holder, your veteran educator, your tech entrepreneur, and founder of the Chair platform. My platform is dedicated to supporting Black and Brown people on their hair journey by creating hair boards, connecting to hairstylists, and sharing haircare tips for a more joyous experience. My podcast is about sharing hair stories, educator stories, entrepreneurship stories, and stories surrounding identity with goals to leave you laughing, learning, and advocating. So come in and listen to the stories in the chair.
Where we share stories in the chair.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Niyonu. Niyonu, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Niyonu, born Gwendolyn Denise. I still have those names, but I go by Niyonu since I was a sophomore in high school. I guess if there were 3 things about me that feel important to me, I would start with being a mom. I have 4 sons, 3 active ones. I am a musician and I live a spirit-centered life as a Black woman. So that's what I got. That's what I got right now.
I am building the chair to talk about hair journeys along with the connections to identity and education. And I'm wondering, do you remember the first time you fell in love with your hair?
Yeah. Well, it's so funny. I don't know if you have heard my hair story that I use when I teach the flower, actually, which is really interesting. I hadn't thought about. I thought you might want to talk about hair, and I had not thought about this story. But I won't tell the whole story. But bottom line is, when I was in, I think it was 7th or 8th grade, I decided to leave the house without my hair straightened for the first time in my life. And none of the adults knew I was doing this. My grandmother was a beautician, so her beauty parlor was in the basement of the house. So I had my hair hard pressed and always in top shape. I got my quote fingers up again, top shape my whole life. But I decided to go to school, wash my hair, go to school with my hair not straightened. And it was because of that song that was so popular at the time, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. And like I would look at these record albums of Nina Simone and I just made this connection in my head. I wish I could like travel back and really see everything that was going on in my mind, but all I remember was those 2 things. And I went to school and everybody was like pointing to me, laughing at my hair. This was like, it wasn't even like Afro Sheen and Afro Picks and all that stuff they might have been out, but I didn't have access to any of it. So it was just out and I had really long hair. And so I had kind of a miserable experience in school with having my hair out like that. And when I came back into the building that we were living in, it was sort of like the projects. It was a little upscale projects. And I got in the elevator and there was a Black man in there and he looked at me and he said, "All right, sister." And I just like took away the whole experience of school. Like I just felt so proud. When I thought we might talk about hair, I was thinking much later in my life when I was in college, I loved my fro. I mean, it was just out there, it was huge. But by then, between Angela Davis and by then it was really cool to have a huge fro.
Mm.
And I loved it with all my heart. But I have to go back to that 7th grade decision to walk out, because that was working deeper on the roots. That was like chipping away at some stuff at the roots.
Where we share stories in the chair.
Look, it's my commercial. We will be right back.
It's more than just a bad hair day. It's a journey. Finding the right hairstyle isn't easy, nor is finding the right stylist or the right products. Looking in every corner of the web gets messy, overwhelming, and exhausting. All the ads, the articles, the products, the videos, it shouldn't be this hard, but it is. And now, it isn't. The Chair. A black and brown centered platform where you can design hair boards, connect to hairstylists, and share hair care tips for a new, joyful path on your hair journey. Avoid the clutter, save yourself hours, months, and even years of research and poor trial and error. Everything you need and only what you need is in one place. Hair boards made by people like you, for you. Find the right products, the right people, the right answers for you, stress-free. Join the Chair community and make every day a great hair day. When you share your pain, you allow others to help you. And when you share your success, you help others get theirs. Lean on the Chair. We got you. No stress, no strife. In the chair. The chair. The chair. All right.
Oh, and if you're interested to learn more about my experiences as a Black woman and educator in Guangzhou, China, I wrote my first ebook titled Nowhere and Everywhere, Capture the Emotions of a Beautifully Broken Love Story. It is on lulu.com. Take a read and see some beautiful photography of mine. Enjoy the rest of the show.
The chair.
One of your introductions to yourself was being a mom, and how did you feel like the conversation of hair went with your kids?
Oh, I think that besides, there's just all these different journeys that come to mind when you ask that. Everything from their dad taking them to get haircuts, to me taking them to get their locks started, to Ty had super long locks, Mai had super long locks. I mean, all of them had locks, I think, except for Rai. The big journey when Mai decided to cut his locks off, and he did this. He had a professional photographer that took pictures of him holding his locks. And I just see this journey, and those were 4 sons. They're all male identified. They have very strong connections to their hair, especially the 2 youngest. I was just on a call with Tyree, who lives in Kansas, and his hair was done up, and I was like, "Oh, let me see." And he was like taking the phone and holding it over his head so I could see the back and and all, So I just love their expression through their hair. Yeah, there's just so much expression in their hair. And then, it starts to recede. The oldest, I'm already seeing, and that sort of changes up how many options you have. I still love my hair right now. I mean, my hair is so much is so central to my identity that sometimes I'm like, like I wonder sometimes if it's too much because, I'm like, wow, if something really happened to my hair, like, how would that affect my whole sense of self? Because even when I would used to get perms and when my hair was straightened, I always, I just always took pride in the length of my hair, and I would love when I walk into a beauty shop and they're seeing my hair for the first time. They go, "Oh, you got so much hair," and I'm super tender headed. And they would be like, "How you got the nerve to be tender headed with all this hair?" So yeah, it's a real core to my identity.
So, do you feel like you've had many conversations as an educator talking to Black kids about their hair journey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's funny. Funny you would say that because in Black culture, I have between skin complexion and hair, there's just so much there that's tied to uh, white supremacy. So on one hand, there's all the good hair, bad hair, conversations up to a certain point. I don't hear that now as much spoken in that particular language, though I'm sure it's still going on. I just think I'm not around it as much. But I do, it's funny because I was just watching the special on Simone Biles
Mm-hmm.
last night.
Yeah.
Last night.
Me too.
Yeah, right.
Me too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, wow, that says it all. To me, that says it all. Like the fact that whether it's, I was with some high school kids and they were talking about how being at a party and guys would come around with their lighter to see how light skinned different girls were
Mm.
and picking who to ask to dance. And I was like, you are lying. Like, there is no way that is still going on.
Mm.
So it's so deep. So that there's that whole thing. And then there's just the regular, like talking about, ooh, where'd you get your hair done? Or, oh, that's an old style, or that's corny, or now I'm going to the braiding salon and the braids are like almost down to people's butt. That would have not happened, So it's just like our creative, just how we do in terms of coming up with like new ways, new expressions, beautiful designs. I love that. I love that what it means to have your hair straight now. Not to say that it's not still tied in some ways to whiteness, but it feels freer, I
Mm.
would say, than it did when I was coming up. Because when I was coming up, it was like that was the only proper way to ever have your hair.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so I just feel like the range is so much more there, but we always got to go back to those roots and say, okay, well, still, who's getting what kind of jobs? Who's seen as what glamorous? So yeah, it's deep. I
Yeah.
love the first day of camp. I just got to say, all the beautiful styles that both girls and the boys walked in with was amazing.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, Niyonu, thank you so much for sharing your stories in the chair. I truly, truly appreciate
so welcome.
it.
Thanks for inviting me. I do feel like I've been in the chair. Sweet. It's sweet.
Welcome to the chair, where Miss Dream always has a story.
Thank you for listening to an episode of The Chair. I'm going to share with you a dream of mine. I would love to be on Sesame Street. Sesame Street held my hand through childhood. In my dream, I would be in my big afro or rainbow braids sitting on the stoop sharing hair stories. I would like your help, please, by doing all the things like leave a review, share it with someone who would benefit from hearing this episode. And if you know someone who knows someone who knows someone at Sesame Street, share your favorite episode with them, and I'll make you some of my famous chocolatey hot chocolate. I hope you have a beautiful day, or if you are like me, still up in the middle of the night, I hope you take a deep breath and rest. Love you. Talk to you later.
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
Dream, hello. I just wanted to tell you you're wonderful. I just got through going through your podcast. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Keep it up. Maybe I need to send it to Oprah and Tyler Perry. Love you, baby. You are great.
Where we share